everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to review two of these Target exclusive Jurassic World Legacy Collection sets based on the Lost World, specifically the Stegosaurus Encounter and the Isla Sorna Expedition pack. So without any further ado, let's get started. So taking a look at the Stegosaurus Encounter set, let's first take a look at Sarah Harding here. She is an exclusive to this set and a new sculpt with a surprising likeness to Julianne Moore. Here you have the little orange hair, the ginger hair here. And yeah, the costume is actually pretty accurate to how she appeared in the movie. She even comes with a camera accessory that I'm pretty sure you can take off, but I'm not going to because I don't know how to. Mine is a little bit wobbly on the leg, as you can see here, and she can't really stand, but apparently I could stand here, so that's fine too. Up next is right here, another exclusive to this set is the baby Stegosaurus as appeared in the Lost World movie. As you can see, she's a little bit chubby there. Just look at that face, it looks like a little pufferfish. But anyways, yeah, so this is based on the appearance in the Lost World. And for the most part, it looks pretty accurate. Got the color scheme down and stuff. Yeah, it's got the spikes here painted, and yeah, it's pretty good representation here. There's articulation here on the neck, and so you could have it like feeding and stuff. Also here you also have articulation in your legs. All four legs can move, but I'm not going to because I'm a lazy bastard. So yeah, that's pretty much it for articulation. Here is the scan code here if you are doing that fax app stuff. It's right there in the spike in the dorsal fin area. It's really weird. And yeah, there's this here stubby tail, which I'm not really a big fan of. I don't know if the baby has a stubby tail in the movie. I'll have to check it out, but for some reason the proportions just like really bug me, and it just doesn't look right. Like everything from up here looks okay, but then it's that tail that's like really weird. I don't know why that is. Yep, so all the good stuff out of the way. Here is the weakest link of the entire set, and it is the Stegosaurus here, the adult Stegosaurus, featuring what is Mattel's attempt at a coloration of the Stegosaurus as seen in the Lost World. Now this is basically just a repaint of the 2018 Stegosaurus model, which is based on the Jurassic World design rather than the Stan Winston, the OG Jurassic Park design, which is a bit of a shame because I'm actually a bigger fan of the Jurassic Park design more than the Jurassic World design, because here you could just have the tail of dragon, just weird, But anyways, this is like the first time I got this figure. I got obviously articulation on the neck, articulation on the legs, and it also features this action feature that you can move the tail, swing the tail, typical Stegosaurus stuff. You can have a victim. Let's just take Sarah here, and we could recreate that one scene from the movie where she's dodging Stegosaurus tails. But I guess she was not as lucky as that movie. Sarah! So anyways, yeah, this figure's the weakest link of the thing. Here's the scan code. This figure's the weakest link of the set, to be honest, because it's not as accurate as you would hope for. But thankfully, we're gonna get the Lost World Stegosaurus model in the Hammond collection, which is miles better. As you can see here, you can tell it's the 2018 model because it still has that molded in where the scan code used to be on the feet, but now it's retooled so it can be on the dorsal plate, which is really weird. I think they're gonna switch that up for the newer lines that are coming out soon. While not completely accurate to what is seen in the Lost World, I do kind of like the color scheme, even if my model has a bit of paint chip, but that's just quality control. That's not something from the figure itself. So anyways, moving on to the Isla Sorna Expedition pack, let's start here with Dieter Stark, and as you can see, he's just covered in a swarm of copies. How interesting. Yeah, he sports a very strange likeness. It does kind of look like the actor, just somewhat. Mine's a little bit wonky. His head is a little bit wonky because he's kind of giving a side eye for some reason. I don't know why that is. Let's just take these copies out of the way so we can get a better look at him. And yeah, he sports a pretty. He's pretty accurate, similar to he's pretty accurate to the movie. He comes with his weapon, his little like cow prod or whatever this thing is called. Here you can clip it onto his belt, or he can also. It's also removable, so he can hold it. And yeah, he comes with a pretty accurate like outfit as we've seen compared to the Kenner one. They're a lot more accurate. Here you can see him with Sarah Harding, and it's just really nice to see these Lost World figures. And holy shit, she just fell. What the fuck? Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's actually pretty nice to see these like two like Mattel getting into the Lost World characters because I think they're kind of underrated, to be honest. You know. So yeah, there's this belt that can like, I think you could remove the belt if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. Here are his other accessories, which are 3 copies, which is nice. You get a little swarm of these guys. These guys were released back in oh god, he just fell. Okay, so anyways, yeah, these copies were released back in 2018 in these human packs, and it's nice to see them return, even if I wish they would give us like a proper like figure, and you know, with proper Compsognathus figure with like proper like, you know, colors instead of just this these little tiny green rubber things. But I mean, this one's my favorite. There's 2 that are like basically the same sculpt, but this one that has like the open mouth is probably my favorite one that comes in this set, because you can kind of have them like, you know, running around and stuff, you know, getting Dieter like it's fun times, very fun times. I'm glad we get at least 3 of them. Anyways, so here is the Velociraptor. This is one of the Tiger Velociraptors, and to be honest, I'm actually pretty happy that we got this figure because the first Tiger Velociraptor that Mattel released back in 2018, that thing was just not it. And I'm glad. I don't know. It's so weird because with the Tiger Velociraptors, it's something that Mattel has been very like. It's been like a very difficult task for them to actually make a really good one. I think the new Hammond collection one is probably going to be the best one. This figure is using like the updated sculpt of the Velociraptors that was introduced back in 2022. So this is kind of like the attack pack. This is like a deluxe basically. Like it got like articulation on the neck compared to like the one in 2018, the attack pack Velociraptor sculpt. This is like actually a lot better, surprisingly. Sadly, this one doesn't have any painted toe claws or nail claws, and even the paint of the stripes is only on the body. Like it doesn't even get to like the tail or like the neck. Even the neck is bare. It only has some coloration here on the snout, but not the back side of the neck, which is a bit of a shame. There is some little bit of color underneath like the throat, but it's not really much. It's actually pretty dry. There's no scan code here on the feet because it is on the back for some reason. Oh, it's on the back. Here he is, the Epic Evolution scan code there. Here you can see the baby Stego compared to the Tiger Velociraptor, and as you can see, both of these guys are in the kind of attack pack kind of scale, which is interesting. So they're kind of like in the same kind of line, or the frenzy pack, or whatever you call it. So anyways, here is the engine capture vehicle, or whatever this thing is called. I have no idea. I think this thing only has like one scene in like an appearance during the chasing. But just look how massive this thing is. This thing is bigger than the Stegosaurus, which is crazy. I thought the Stegosaurus was big. When I got this guy in the mail, I was like, whoa, this thing is huge, man. Yeah, this is here you got a molded in winch here and some decals here for the headlights. The engine logo. Here you also have some guard bars or whatever you call these things. So you know, dinosaurs can't break the glass. Have fun. These things aren't like removable. I thought they were, but they're not. Here at the back, there's this cage thing going on. Here are also some decals here in the back here. And what's interesting about this thing on the back here, if you see the movie, this isn't actually like a dinosaur cage or whatever, you know. I mean, even in the packaging, you know, you got like a dinosaur there, you know, right? This isn't actually like for dinosaurs apparently. this is actually for human figures. Like here you go, if you get like Dieter Stark here, for example, this is actually for human figures to sit, to like stand there, you know. So that's pretty cool. You can even see this in the movie too. It's pretty interesting. And another feature of this vehicle is that the platform here can be raised, so it's kind of like a hide kind of thing. Here you also some more detailing, some like metal stuff, and there's even like a storage compartment here to put in Dieter's accessories, so you can have a little copy in there or something like that. This is this like raised platform. You can see it in like the concept art. You can even see a little bit in the movie where it's this like raised platform, just like I said before, where the hunters can like, where they're, you know, they're shooting at dinosaurs and stuff. Here you have some wheels. Sadly, the wheels aren't painted. They roll obviously because they're wheels. And here you have a door with the engine logo. It can open up, and this very roomy cabin, very roomy. You could fit 2 figures in there. There's some detailing there on the dashboard and on the stick. Here's the steering wheel, which is also moves, which is pretty fun. Here, oh, there's almost some detail there on the door, and like I said before, the engine logo. So here, if you could get somebody like, let's say here, Dieter Stark again. Hello, Dieter Stark. And yeah, there you go. There's his like cow prod accessory. There you can see it's removable. So yeah, as demonstrated, you can sit Dieter Stark there. You can have him driving, including close the door, and he sits like it's a snug fit. Like he fits in there very well. You're gonna have him rolling. They see me roll. Okay, let me shut the fuck up real quick. And yeah, there's some headlights there too. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so you could fit another character in there. You could fit another like mercenary or whatever. I guess there you go. The door opens. I guess you could get like Sarah Harding. Let's just say they're like friends or whatever, even though they're not really friends. They kind of despise each other. Actually, I don't even think they interacted in the movie, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. You could have Sarah Harding sitting there, and they fit. Both of them fit, and there's still a lot of room in there, which is pretty fun. I like it. This is like, I think this is probably the closest thing we're ever gonna get to a mobile command center, which is kind of a shame. Here in the back, this door opens, and I mean, obviously, because in the packaging, you could like fit like a dinosaur or whatever, and it's just pretty cool actually. There's some scratch marks there. There's some like a lot of detail there, so like it's like a dinosaur scratched up in there. And these little like guardrails or whatever, like these things are also movable. You can move them up or down, and mines are really loose for some reason, but it is what it is. And there you go. You can just close everything back up just like so, and have everything just like very compact size. And anyways, here is a comparison here with the Kenner Dieter Stark with his Compsognathus with the Mattel Dieter Stark and his Compsognathus. And okay, here we go. We're missing one. There you go, little buddy. Yeah. So I feel like in this comparison, I feel like the Mattel Dieter Stark takes the cake. Not only because he comes with a lot more compies, so you can have a little swarm of them, and also because of the more accurate, you know, getup. While the Kenner one looks a little funky, it looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, to be honest, and only came with 1 copy. So for accuracy, I will give it to the Mattel version. But what the Kenner version does is that it has a lot more of a fun action gimmick. It has a lot more creativity behind it. And although you see it with these magnets, you know, they kind of have a similar feature to these Mattel copies where they kind of like string along on the body with their rubber bodies, but instead of rubber, they Kenner use magnets. So it's kind of the same like idea, kind of the same process, but it's like, I mean, they're pretty good in different ways, and I really love them both. Really, they're exceptional pieces. So here we have a comparison of like all of my Mattel The Lost World collection, basically. Here the Stegosaurus Expedition pack, the Stegosaurus Encounter pack, the Isla Sorna Expedition pack, and then my Hammond Collection Geosternberger. I love this thing, even if the beak is a little crooked for some reason. But yeah, this is my whole collection. I'll probably get around to doing a similar video to this, like a 2-pack kind of video with the Ian Malcolm set and the Roland Timbo set eventually when I get them. But anyways, that's it for today's video.